On a Saturday night, waiting our Las Vegas Strip live drive. We do all things Vegas here, so please like and subscribe. A little thirsty there. Sorry about that, you guys. And there's that. And there's that. Okay. And just wait and see when folks come in on this Saturday night. It's a little chilly out there. It's 56. But it definitely felt cooler than that. Cooler than that out there. Also follow us on Instagram, VegasDon4747. We do a lot of Vegas-related content that's not here on YouTube over there. Welcome in. We're out here in front of Bootlegger. Just gonna wait for some more folks to pull in. Pull up, come through, whatever the term is nowadays. On this Saturday night. Bootlegger open 24/7. Events and weddings, 30 to 300 people, dining, cocktails, music. 70 plus years of Las Vegas history. And someone asked me if that was the location, if that's the same Bootlegger that was over east of here. And I don't know. I need to find out. I will work on that. Vids from Mike, welcome, buddy. Good to see you, man. Joseph, welcome. What's up, buddy? Vids from Mike. I'm 2-2 now. The frickin' Chargers let me down again. I gotta stop picking them. Chargers are always doing it to me. And now we've got, what, the Ravens and the GBs. Should be kicking off right about now, right? Something like that. Obi-Wan, welcome in, brother. Good to see you. Rough week, yes. But why was it rough for you, buddy? I'm sorry you had a rough week. I've been sick. Trying to fight this malady off. Hasn't been entirely successful. It's probably been like 2 weeks now that I've been going like this. 17 of you, let's get rolling on this Saturday night. Oh, it's on Peacock, that's right. Subscription only. I wonder what those ratings are for those games that they only put behind the paywall. That's wild. The NFL picks, yeah. Those are the only ones I ever get wrong. Only the NFL picks. Chevron, $3.69 a gallon. And the Silverton you can see out there in the distance. Down Blue Diamond at the Interstate 15. We're going to make this right-hand turn and go northbound on Las Vegas Boulevard. And it is pitch black dark outside right now, so welcome in. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and coming cruising with me on this Saturday night. We do this every Saturday. 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. Now on Las Vegas Boulevard. Raising Cane's over there on the right. That's a chicken finger place. It's like got a Cajun flair type of thing. Chili's. Everyone knows Chili's. IHOP, International House of Pancakes. Panda Express. And the traffic is backed up here at Warm Springs. It's curious. Outback Steakhouse. And then you have the South Premium Outlets. Oh, they're back behind me, aren't they? No, they're over here, right? Chipotle. Yeah, there they are. Right here at Warm Springs and Las Vegas Boulevard. I'm not sure how outlet-y they are in terms of their prices, but they have the South Premium Outlets and the North Premium Outlets here in Vegas. Tobin, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, Obi-Wan, I saw a little bit of Jeremy's last night. He's back in LA. At least for the weekend. He was in Hollywood when I was watching him there. Driving around. Chick-fil-A. And this is the 215 Beltway right here. You have frontage roads on either side of the 215 Beltway. someone is taking off directly over. Oh no, they're landing right there. Oh my goodness. And this one's called Hidden Well Road. This frontage road here. Town Square over here on the left. We oftentimes like to start out over here at Town Square. Thought I would switch it up a little bit. But let's take a look here. We have the Raiders and the Giants playing here tomorrow. The New York Football Giants, as Chris Berman would say. Not to be confused with the San Francisco Giants, of course.
Approaching a level crossing.
Oh my. I guess I'm approaching a railroad. But we do all things Vegas here on the VegasDon channel. We're very grateful to all of you. Please check out Tobin's channel, Tobin Explores, as well as Mike's channel, Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, does sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos, or should I say, sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos. Traffic is moving a little better as we come up here to the south end of the Las Vegas Strip. Speed limit drops to 35 up here. It's okay, we usually never eclipse that going up and down the Strip. And the southbound lanes are almost always backed up more than the northbound lanes. I'm not sure why that is, because the airport's here on the south side. You would think it would be the other way around. Temperature outside, car reads 58, but it feels cooler than that. I think the humidity's, I haven't checked the humidity, but I think the humidity's up pretty high right now. So we have the Raiders playing tomorrow. The Knights are playing tonight in a home game in about an hour and a half. The puck drops. They're playing Colorado in what should be a pretty competitive game. Colorado's tearing up the league in the NHL. Tim's, welcome in. Amandita, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Pedestrian crossing. There's always one at the end. There is the world famous Welcome to Fabulous Las Vegas sign right there in the median. Right across the street here from Harley Davidson Motorcycle Las Vegas. And this vehicle doesn't know where they want to go. There we go. Pinball Hall of Fame up here on the right. For all of you pinball wizards out there. And of course Mandalay Bay there on the left. And they replaced their LEDs last year, right, Tobin? I think you said it was last year, Tobin? So now they can display the 16 million colors that they want on the sides. But it's been gold for so long. And it's gold tonight. There's the Cartzilla right there, where you can ride up and down the Strip in your shopping cart, blaring music. McDonald's liquor outlet here across the street from... Why is it I always get stuck near Cartzilla? That's amazing. Every time I go up and down the Strip. $3.59 a gallon at the Shell gas station right there. And Cartzilla, he's not in a hurry. He is a touring operation there. So he, and plus you're exposed. There's no roof on that thing. So you are exposed right there on the left in that inside lane. Christopher Brooks, welcome. How was your day, Christopher? Good to see you. And please check out my beautiful wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She does some awesome astrology and spirituality videos right here on YouTube. Very cool stuff you don't want to miss. We're also live on Twitch, Kick, Rumble, and Facebook. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We're new to Twitch, Kick, Rumble, and Facebook, so smaller audiences, that's fine, but we're very grateful that you're here. And I saw Obi-Wan last night in a little bit there in Jeremy's chat. It was like the old times, hanging out there on Jeremy's stream as he cruised to LA. And I don't know if he found any trouble later in the evening or not, but usually when he heads back from Hollywood down to downtown LA, it's usually pretty active. But he does these tours out there. It's Jeremy Reed, R-E-E-D. It's funny, he doesn't even know that I'm plugging him on the channel, but that's okay. I like his channel. He's fun to watch. Koval Lane isn't too far ahead. It runs parallel here. At a property, nice. Nice, Bob. Yeah, that's it's over here off to our right, east of us there. Sayulitas, that's a chain now, right? They have several locations around town. These metal grates here covering all the work they're doing here for the drainage project that is ongoing. And then the Luxor Pyramid over here on the left. Let's see if I can pull it over there. And I still can't get away from Parkzilla. He's right behind me. There we go. Excalibur right there on the right. Correction, on the left. The A's Stadium is supposed to be going up over here on the right, across from MGM Grand. And the Excalibur, of course, you have no valet parking, no bellhop. A lot of amenities have gone the way of the dodo bird here in Vegas. I did a little video earlier of Boulder Station. I drove around it, I didn't go inside. Boulder Station, which is out there off of Boulder Highway. I'll be putting that up soon, but they have quite a few amenities. They have valet at Boulder Station out there on the east end of town, if you can believe that. They also have a full-blown movie theater up there. Let me see if I can get in this lane and get ahead of them. Yeah, so we should have the police activity up ahead. That's going to be for the cops manning the yep, there they are, for the game, making sure folks get back and forth across the strip here. And this is the Las Vegas Strip on this Saturday night. Welcome in. MGM Grand there on the right with the big bronze Leo the Lion statue. It's the largest bronze statue in the Western Hemisphere. Right there on the boat. Critterbones, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you, man. I'm sorry I haven't been keeping up. Let's see. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that either. There we go. Okay. This is Tropicana Avenue right here. Of course, the Statue of Liberty over there on the left. That is 2/5 the scale of the one, 40% of the size of the one in New York Harbor. See some folks up there on the pedestrian walkways. Let's see what it looks like over here on the sidewalks. And we want to get out of this lane because remember what happened last week? Everyone was trying to turn left into Bellagio and Caesars up here. Right now, this lane's the only one moving. M&M World there on the right, along with Coca-Cola. Huge Coca-Cola bottle. We have Park MGM on the left, as well as Italy, which again I've been to and I have not been overly impressed with. The crowds here right now will probably be a little inflated simply because of the folks going to the game on this right here in this area. You know, they park all over the place, try and save a few dollars, as everyone should here in Vegas. I saw a video this week that said that is it Caesars that has to pay $7.1 million a day in rent to their landlord, because all they do is operate the casino and the hotel. $7.1 million when you average it out. $7 million a day. Can you imagine why everything is so expensive? And because they certainly don't want to be paying out jackpots. Left right in front of us there on Harmon, and head east over to where the paddock area is. Of course, they don't call it a paddock. Chippendales being advertised there. Paula, welcome. Poe and Amanda, welcome in, you guys. Sorry I'm missing you guys. Christopher, I thought you lived here in Vegas, Christopher. Buffering. Oh no, this area every single time. But this is the world famous Las Vegas Strip right here. And in here, center strip, it's the middle of everything. That down. Wow, how did that happen? Yeah, so the Giants and the Raiders tomorrow. So I don't know how many. Pretty impressive. And you have cops up here in the median directing things. And there we go with the red light. So yeah, it's both teams are terrible. Both teams are vying for the #1 pick, along with I think it's Tennessee and someone else. They're just terrible teams this year. I'm imagining a score tomorrow of 0-0, and then they go into overtime and it'll be 0-0, and then it'll be tied at the end of overtime, and and that's the way it'll end. Because neither team wants to do anything. They both want to get that #1 pick, and if you win, you're going to lose that #1 pick. But Max Crosby was upset. He was like, "No, I'm fine. Why are they telling people my knee hurts?" So it's either because they want to, keep him healthy for the next season, or they're looking to preserve that player as trade bait for the upcoming offseason. Ooh, Tesla. And let's see, there we go. Old Chevy Monte Carlo right there in front of us with, what are those, like 28s on the wheels? Big rims. Yeah, last night on Fremont Street did not look very healthy at all. And when I say healthy, I mean in terms of crowd size. It was pretty anemic, in my humble opinion. Now, we did have some rain, and the rain continued off and on, scattered showers and things like that, throughout the evening. But it was not, it wasn't a hard driving rain. It was one of those drizzly type of rains that didn't last for that long, etc. But it's cold. I mean, for us in Vegas, it's a little chilly out there. So, and the humidity, when the humidity is increasing in this town, you feel it. You definitely feel it very quickly. And so Flamingo and Cromwell over there on the right, Caesar's Palace on the left. That's the one that's got to pay $7.1 million a day in rent, according to a video I saw on YouTube earlier this week. Excuse me, sorry. And Horseshoe right there above us, Old Red right here. And again, we do all things Vegas here on the VegasDon channel, so please like and subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram, VegasDon4747. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and coming cruising with me. Best community here on YouTube, hands down. Okay, Critter Bones, thank you so much, buddy. Yes, Bears, and yes, tomorrow night. That's going to be good. I'm looking forward to that. At least it's not behind a paywall, right? It's on regular NBC. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Love hanging out with you guys. And again, apologies for this week. I've been under the weather, and apologies for last week, and I cut it a little short there. But I just wasn't feeling very well, standing outside and all that. But we will be live for New Year's Eve on Fremont Street, so please join us for that. I'll have to coordinate the Uber situation again. Last year that was a nightmare. I got an Uber down there, but Uber wanted like $100 to take me home. Take me home that night. And so I went over to the taxis, and they didn't want to take me either. They said, "Are you going to the Strip? No. Are you going to the airport? No." Okay, well, get out of here. I mean, that was essentially their attitude. Behind a billboard truck, this guy's not going to be moving at all. There's the guitar-shaped hotel you see with the lights, the white lights on it, right there in front of us. And there we go. Yeah, the billboard trucks are not going to move at all. This RAV4 has no lights on. Link Promenade and the Flamingo here, opened 1946. Shout out to Tobin, all the knowledge that he drops for us here on the VegasDon channel. Yeah, that guitar is going up quickly, guys. Forum shops out here, but again, I have heard from a lot of folks that the slots here on the Strip are not loose at all. So, caveat emptor, right? Buyer beware. But we do have some foot traffic over here on the right. So this being the weekend between Christmas and New Year's, wasn't expecting it to be that grand, right? But certainly as New Year's approaches, New Year's Eve on Wednesday, it should be getting busier as the week progresses, I would think. Yes, tomorrow between the Raiders and Giants in a game that's probably... I'm surprised that the over-under isn't like 10. Odyssey, it says there, at Sphere, which is back behind here. I would go over there, but every time I do, I lose my live drive. Viva Las Vegas, it says up there with the playing cards on the LED screen. And there are Venetian and an Uber driver down here on the strip. That's just craziness. See the crowd crossing up here and standing, waiting to cross on the right side. Not bad for the north end of the street. If they had any specials, because they ran those specials. Because the traffic signals, of course, were all off because there was no power. So they all just kind of stopped, created gridlock at the intersections and stuff. Good times. You know, it's one power outage away from being sent back to the Dark Ages, right? Palazzo, right here on the right. Encore and Wynn, where they've told you, you know, their CEO has come out and said, if you're a value shopper, customer to Vegas, we don't want you here. We don't really care. He didn't say it in those words, but that's the gist of it, really. Thank you guys so much. 2 of you here on Twitch. Thank you so much, you guys. Also on Rumble and Facebook and Kick. Grateful to all you guys hanging out with me. Over here on the left is the Fashion Show Mall. James Hype being hyped over there at Resorts World on the left. And Resorts World, again, they've gone through all sorts of comedies of errors in the last, probably since they've opened, in terms of, you know, allowing folks that shouldn't be betting on sports to be in there and betting on other things, etc. So paying fines, all that kind of stuff. Could you imagine if there was a power outage here and those Waymo cars decided to do that here? Yikes. What a disaster that would be. Amanda in Canada, welcome. Good to see you. J&K, okay, cool. I've met them once. They're cool. Oh, look at this pedestrian traffic over here on the right. At the north end of the strip. This is not the value end. But as the new Chinese New Year approaches, the Year of the Horse is the next one up, right? I imagine, because a lot of them love Baccarat. They love to play Baccarat. Baccarat. And so we'll see probably an influx from Asia starting next month, if not already. My first year living here in 2011, I didn't have a house yet, so I was renting a condo somewhere. And I actually came down because I didn't know anybody here. I had just moved here the month prior. So I came down to the strip on Christmas Day. And went to Caesars and Bellagio and stuff, and it was pretty busy. I was surprised. I thought it would be, you know, this town doesn't shut down unless there's COVID. Then in that case, you know, the wheels fall off. And then they charge you, you know, $26 for a bottle of water, etc. But that's usually the scene on Christmas. Usually gets pretty packed. Not packed, but it's pretty busy. And of course, there are a lot of people that are not, you know, of the Christian faith, not inserting religion into anything. Circus over here on the left. It's lots of fun. And I heard another rumor from someone else that said that Circus is known for street therapists late at night. I was unaware of that. So if you get approached by someone in or near Circus at that time of night, be aware. It's probably not because you're a devastatingly handsome individual. Though you could be. But, you know, those therapists just don't care. We have Fontainebleau here on the right. And there's traffic to get into the Fontainebleau over there. So I don't know what they've got going on tonight, but there's a line to get in over there. New Year's 2026 countdown celebration. Select open bar and table packages at Sahara. Free parking for guests. But you're way up here at the north end of the strip, so that's, you're not going to be walking the strip, which is probably what they're hoping anyway. They don't want you out here walking the strip. They want you to stay inside. Gary's, welcome. A lot of it has to do, the overpricing has to do a lot with the fact that these casinos sold the land underneath the properties. And so now they're renting that land back from a Wall Street hedge fund. So now they have two mouths they have to feed every month. One more in addition to themselves. Which, as you can imagine, means they've got to really come up with some new clever ways to improve the bottom line. And there's a huge population of folks here, of course, that live here and work at the casinos, etc. And the casinos, you know, they're not in the news for laying people off, right? They just cut back on their hours. You know, if you were full-time before, you could be doing 20 hours a week now or less. And, you know, there's not a whole lot that you can do about it, right? I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Because if they tell you they don't need you for more than 15, 20 hours a week, your only recourse is probably to go ahead and find another job, which means you don't show up on anyone's layoff ledger. But, you know, it certainly is a disruption to people's lives when these casinos charge too much and people start staying away from Vegas. And please check out my buddy Mike, Vids from Mike, here on YouTube. Sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos. Very, very cool stuff. 6 p.m. here in the West, 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys for joining. Love having you guys. Average food, yes, yes. You know, that's, I heard someone say about, they talked about some of the influencers. And they said some influencers that have, like, you know, zillions of followers, subscribers, whatever. I don't consider myself an influencer. I don't like that term, but I'm just a guy who likes to bring you this stuff. But some of these people out there, they consider themselves influencers. So they're going up. I've heard that they're going up to people at businesses and saying, if you give me a percentage of your business, I'll, you know, drive traffic in the door. So they're trying to chop off business from these restaurants, etc., around town that are hurting. Which is, I don't know, is that exploitative? I don't know. Does that exploit the situation? I don't know. But if you're a business person and you've been in business for any amount of time, there's no way you would ever take that deal. No way. That's just craziness. Tony Breslin, welcome, buddy. Our buddy from Ireland, welcome in. And where's Tony from Down Under? Gotta have the whole planet represented here. Please check out Tony Down Under as well. I actually have some Facebook friends that are over in Ireland somewhere right now. City of Las Vegas Arches here, welcoming you to the actual City of Las Vegas. That's because most of the Strip, of course, not located within the City of Las Vegas. Most of the Strip is located in Clark County, unincorporated Clark County. And that's because back in the day, the City of Las Vegas started to impose too many rules, regulations on the casinos. The casino said, fine, we'll just open up shop outside city limits. And that's what they did. Hence the growth on the Strip. Las Vegas Showgirls over there, here at the intersection of Main Street and Las Vegas Boulevard at St. Louis Avenue. 50-foot tall showgirls there. There's also some poker chips and dice over there that you can, oversized certainly, that you can take pictures with, etc. But this is the north end of the Strip, and this is Main Street, and this is the Arts District where, you know, it's a little questionable. You certainly don't. I would not be walking between the Strip and Fremont Street. I would be opting for the Deuce, which is the bus that'll take you for $8 for 24 hours back and forth between Fremont and the Strip. Mark, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. And welcome. Yeah, Wilson, I it's just a term that it just, as the kids say nowadays, it gives me the ick, right? It just, I don't like, I'm just a guy that, you know, loves bringing you guys Vegas and anything else that I might come across, and who loves hanging out with you guys. Some of these guys, you know, some of these guys actually show a little contempt for their audiences. I don't know why, but whatever. That's them. Able Baker Brewery over here on the left, looking not as packed as we've seen it, but the weather probably playing a role. 58 still, the car says. Utah Avenue. So come through the state streets here. And there's the Clint Eastwood mural on the back of that building. And let's see, can we turn in here? Let's try it out. We have cones, but I don't know if the cones are up in front of the driveway. And this looks like they were putting, yeah, they just put down a drainage pipe or something there. So right up here ahead, on the side of this wall, from the third Hangover movie in this Hangover series of movies, you have a vehicle blocking most of it, but there are the guys right there. We'll go ahead and let this person pull out. But yeah, Phil, Doug, Stu, and Alan crossing right here at Main Street. So if you're in Vegas, come on down. Check out the Hangover 3 mural where they crossed Main Street. Main Street Peddler. Main Street Peddlers. Vintage antiques and collectibles. Pretty cool stuff. And that movie came out in 2013. So, glad to see it's still here. Sea Tour Holiday, it said on that bus. C as in Charlie. And here we go. Nevada Brew Works right there on the left. Correction, on the right. And I noticed when I went to Montana a few years ago, the breweries up there, they give you a 3-beer limit at the brewery. So you have to, you know, if you want more than 3 beers, go to another place. But they don't do that at regular bars, just the breweries up there. So, very glad they don't do that here. Whoa, you're not turning right, buddy. No, 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 no. This is one way. No, 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 no. Do not crash into me. Whoa. Wow. Still sitting there, too. Never know what you're going to see here on the VegasDon channel. It's a one-way road. I don't know why. You're still sitting there. California Avenue here. Antique Alley Mall. Over here on the left, if you like to go antiquing. This is definitely the spot in town to do it. There's a lot of antique shops in here. But you have to pay to park. And this is Charleston Boulevard right here, major east-west artery throughout the entirety of the Las Vegas Valley. And please check out Tobin Explores here on YouTube. Tobin Explores up there in the Pacific Northwest. Watching some of his videos this week. And his live streams. He does some live streams up there too. And I try to join whenever I can. My boys, they don't allow me to do too much when they're awake, so. 148 of you. Thank you so much for being here on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Suburban, okay. Paulie Walnuts, welcome, buddy. I just looked over and saw. Okay, cool. Yes, thank you, Tobin. And Cinnamon and Jupiter, my beautiful wife's astrology and spirituality videos here on YouTube. Please check her out and throw her a like and subscribe as well. Cinnamon and Jupiter, common spelling. But they've done a lot to try and dress up this area. You know, you have these overhead lights, and that's not just for the holidays. Something called Top Cat over there, and there's a whole bunch of people standing outside that. Oh, it's a wedding chapel next door, okay. Wow, this road is eerily empty in front of us. And then right here on the right, you have the English Hotel. Meet me in Midtown, where Nicolas Cage has been known to come up here and just come hang out, have himself a beer or two, as well as a meal. What is this on the right? Has that been there? I've never noticed that before. Here at the corner of Coolidge and First Street. Okay, well, that's different. Coolidge and First Street. I say that, you know, you never know what you're going to see here in Las Vegas, because I never know what I'm going to see. I didn't know that thing was there. And if you're watching on Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, Kick, thank you so much. We do all things Vegas here. Please like and subscribe. These guys, I don't know if they know that this is a stop sign here. Yeah, so last night, again, the rain, I think, drove a few people maybe indoors or away down on Fremont. But it did look rather anemic down there. And we'll see if that's the case again tonight. The rain appears to be gone. There was like a 4% chance when I left the house, it said, so. But there was nothing on the radar. Come up here to Hoover. Actually, we'll go up to Gas. Thank you, Poe. Right on, buddy. You're awesome. And happy 2026 to all of you guys, because that is coming up this week. Happy New Year in 2026. May this year, next year, be better for you than this year was. Because that's what I'm hoping for us. This is a pretty rough year. Had a lot going on. A Challenger right there with blue headlights. Oh, so by the way, the cops, right? I told you about that Nevada, state of Nevada website that you can go to and report people driving around without license plates. Well, we'll come back to that because I want to show you this. The History Channel made this place famous. An otherwise ordinary pedestrian building made this place famous. This is Pawn Stars, and the Pawn Stars location here along Las Vegas Boulevard in between Fremont Street and the Strip. You can come down in here and you can do some souvenir shopping if you wish, but it's a little bit pricey in there, as you might imagine. But it is a fully functioning pawn shop, open 24 hours a day. And there is Gold and Silver Pawn Shop right there. And then Pawn Plaza, which Rick Harrison hatched back in 2015, where he has his bar and barbecue shop right there. His bar is on the second floor there on the end, and his barbecue shop is right there on the end as well on the first floor. But there's a collection of like little shops and other dining in there. I think there's pizza in there as well. But pretty cool stuff. But that's the spot right there that started it all. And let's see. Go ahead and show you guys the front of the place. And I'm sure if you've seen the show, you've seen a million times. And there it is. The lights are on in there. 144 of you guys. Thank you so much. So like I was saying, so the state website, in 2 months of it being up in operation, 21,000 reports from people around the state. This is statewide, not just in Vegas. 21,000 reports of people driving around without license plates. Now, when you're at work, right, and you're doing a job, let's say you're making widgets, right, and you're supposed to make 20 widgets an hour. Well, if you have someone coming in and doing 40 widgets an hour, how does that make you look? Well, it makes you look like you might be doing the bare minimum or maybe not even enough. Who knows? But to me, that says that the cops aren't even doing their job, in my humble opinion. And I'm not bashing cops at all. I'm just saying, again, it's that pattern we're seeing where the cops just kind of slough off more and more of their, what have been traditionally police responsibilities onto the public. Just like reporting a crime. They tell you if there's no injuries and stuff like that, or a car accident, go online and file a report. And they don't even bother coming out. 21,000 reports. Now, how many of those are legit? I have no idea. But it's people snitching on everyone else that they see out there without a driver's license. I mean, without a license plate on the car. That's a major problem. That is a major problem. Oh my goodness. This traffic. Trying to get down Carson here. I think there's might be something going on at the Downtown Event Center here this evening. As we cross Fremont Street and the world famous Fremont Street experience right there. Wow, that crowd looks a little bit healthier than last night. Mexican cuisine and bar right here on the right. Doesn't look very busy. But yeah, it's quite eye-opening that all of this is going on. And what are the cops doing? I don't know. In the meantime, the city marshal's unit, which is responsible for protecting city-owned property here in Las Vegas, facing, I think it's 4 or 5 different lawsuits related to some sort of abuse of authority, which is just wild, because that's taxpayer money that's going to pay for it. So, you know, these guys are running around doing essentially whatever they want and not having to worry about having to pay for it or anything like that, right? And again, I'm not anti-cop at all. We need cops. But in this town, they do things a little bit differently. Like I've said in previous videos here on the VegasDon channel, when it comes to Las Vegas, 3 words: lower your expectations. That way you won't be disappointed. Lower your expectations. You know, $26 bottle of water, it's not a surprise because you made yourself prepared for it, right? Zappo's right here on the corner. On the right. So we come up here to 4th Street. We're on Stewart Avenue right now, named for Helen Stewart, the first lady of Las Vegas. She was a major landowner here back in the day. Shout out to my moderators holding it down for me. I'm not able to keep up with the chat all that much. Mob Museum right there on the right, dressed up in purple lighting. We used to go in there and show you the mural that's on the walls, but yeah, we don't do that anymore. I'm sure many of you remember why. But there's a cool, like a whole cool mural thing, kind of dedicated and devoted to old Vegas in their parking lot. If you have the opportunity to check it out, 2 blocks north of the Fremont Street Experience. And then right in front of us, Main Street Station. Not one of the station casinos. It's owned by Boyd Gaming. But it also has what is said to be the only buffet in downtown Las Vegas. Only remaining buffet. So that's kind of a big deal for a lot of folks. And at last count, 8 remaining buffets down on the Strip. And that number, I'm sure, will dwindle as time progresses. Snake Pit is here. Welcome, Snake Pit. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for coming in. Yes, exactly, Matt. Tony. He did a whole lot for this town. And goodness, ever since his passing, it just, all of those ideas and plans just they haven't had anyone really steering that ship anymore. You'd think that the city government would take over, but nope. Circa there on the left, and its parking garage on the right, known as the Garage Mahal. And what looks like a half moon way up there in the sky above us. And there, right there next to the Circa, 480 feet high, stretching up into the night sky over Las Vegas. This is Ogden we're crossing now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the buffets, it's Linda, hi, welcome in. The buffets, it's really sad that I used to love them too. So this side not looking as busy as the east side did. Well, no, there's some crowds over there. A queue of taxis here in front of the plaza. Lined up, waiting for fares. And an Uber. So this is Carson Street right here. We're going to drive in here and see how much it is to park on this Saturday night here at Golden Nugget. And please check out my beautiful wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter. She does awesome astrology and spirituality videos. Critterbones, thank you so much, brother. Never fear, Critterbones is here. Right on. Thank you so much, buddy. You're awesome. Thank you for the super chat. And Happy New Year to all of you guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday this week, if you celebrated. Nice, relaxing holiday. And there it is. $50 US. I got someone right behind me here. $50 to park at the hotel. Any part of a 24-hour period. So if you're in there for 15 minutes, it's $50. Quite a it's a good racket if you can get into it, right? This is Bridger here. We're gonna make a left, head back over towards the event center where it looked to be pretty active. Yep, they've got something going on. I'm not sure what it is. And of course here on New Year's Eve, which we will be broadcasting live on New Year's Eve, Wednesday night, Yeah, they got something going on over there. I didn't see what it is they've got going on. But New Year's Eve, they've got Robin Thicke down here. They've got CeeLo Green. They've got Chingy. And someone named Sammy Johnson, who's a reggae singer. And some, like 2 other names that I've never heard of before. So, not as big and let's say glamorous as a lineup as it was last year. And Robin Thicke was here earlier this year, too, for the summer concert series. So it's not like it's fresh to downtown Las Vegas, but it's free. Well, no, I'm lying. It's not free. It's $60 to get in down here on Fremont Street, and they close everything off, and you have the metal detectors and everything they put up and all that. So yeah, 60 US to get in for New Year's Eve here on Fremont Street. And we have a cop narrowing this down to 1 lane. But that's okay, because it's usually occupied by taxis up there anyway. Maybe that was the point. They didn't want the taxis lined up in here right now. This is back to Carson right here. This is the front, pretty much, of the Golden Nugget here along Casino Center Boulevard. 4 Queens up here, Binion's Hotel and Casino, as well as Fremont Casino, which was the very first skyscraper here in Las Vegas in terms of at the way that skyscraper is defined, high rise. Fremont Casino, very first one in Las Vegas, according to Google. So there's 4 Queens right there. Still got a little bit of the old Vegas, vintage Vegas type of feel here. All of the images and graphics they have going on up there. Pretty cool stuff on this Saturday night. And these crowds, if you watched last night, I'm thinking these definitely look a lot better than they did last night. This is definitely busier. Here at, what time is it? 6:25 Pacific. Master of Barricades. Mob, it said. That was the name of the company. Master of Barricades. And let's see. We have a pair of Metro units here on the right. Okay. A whole bunch of buses here. Unless these are tour buses, I'm not sure. That would explain the volume of people walking around. Metro motorcycle cops there. Many of them. So they're definitely making their presence felt and known here on this Saturday night. Okay, there, the chat's back. Okay. Sorry, guys, I lost the chat there for a minute. Thank you, Snake Pit. Right on. Yes, we're also on TikTok, so please check us out on TikTok. And throw us a follow on TikTok. Here at the corner of 4th Street in Ogden, Gold Spike Hotel and Casino over here off to the left. Flashing lights. Which is another Kanye song. Kanye loves his lights. Come back up here to Las Vegas Boulevard. Yeah, I still can't get over that number. 21,000 reports of people driving around without tags here in the state. I mean, that really is an indictment of police agencies not doing what has traditionally, again, been their job. And what good does that do, really? Because, I mean, how do they go out and find that vehicle? There's no tag to track it to, and no one's going up to them and looking at a VIN. So it's really just smoke and mirrors, I think, because you're just giving the image that you're doing something about it when in fact you're not. You're just giving people that want to snitch on others an outlet to do so, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. And it wouldn't be the first time. Oh gosh, you guys. Yeah, we have the Deuce buses over here, which are ferrying people between Fremont and the Strip. Over here on the right. So you can catch them right here and at the east end of the Las Vegas, the Fremont Street experience, that is. Heart Attack Grill over there. Over 350 pounds, you eat for free. Car reads 56 degrees out there right now. Man on a Horse, that sign used to be out in front of the Hacienda Hotel and Casino. In fact, I saw a picture on one of the Facebook groups this week that had that sign out in front. It was pretty cool to see. Back in the day, when it was the Hacienda. And there is the Fremont East District, loaded with nightclubs and restaurants to become nightclubs, etc. El Cortez Hotel and Casino over there, opened up in 1941. And then the Praying Mantis up here on the right in front of Container Park, which is another collection of shops and dining, etc. There we go. It's playing the music there, but it's funny, everyone's walking away now. Right when it starts. I don't know what song that is, I can't quite tell, but again, thank you guys so very, very much for coming in. I have to try and drown out the noise of the music over there, so I don't want it to get me in trouble. Limelight, they're looking to open that place up over here on the other corner, on the left side there. But Container Park has been here quite a while now. $100 tattoos, it says there, over a number of designs. So it's $100 for a tattoo, but you have to choose from their list of what is $100. There's also a place in town that charges $10 for tattoos. I would not recommend paying $10 for a tattoo. I'm nothing against that company. I'm just saying if they only charge 10 bucks, it's not worth it putting it on your body for the rest of your life, in my opinion. Atomic Liquor's right here on the right, where they used to watch the atomic activities out there in the desert northwest of Las Vegas back in the day. And it's been reported they're going to resume that again. There's so much. This is the 7th largest state in the country, Nevada is, in terms of size. So much room out there in the middle of the desert, but they have to do it that close to the populated area. Go figure. But there's a lot of gold and silver out there in them there hills, right? And they don't want to disintegrate the gold and silver that could be waiting for them. That's why the federal government owns 80% of the land here in Nevada, because of all of the minerals, etc., that are contained. Motel 6 right here. Not the same one that got shut down by the city, of course. That's up here at Charleston for street therapists. Siegel Suites here. Flexible stay. Daily, monthly, weekly. Come on down. South Cove Apartments. This is Fremont East, guys, and we've got some folks out here probably can get you anything you want. And the 7-Eleven up here on the corner of Bruce and Fremont Street, very, very active. Of course, as I say that, there's not a whole lot going on in front of it right now, and their doors are wide open on top of that, so they're probably trying to save on AC. Newest subscriber, thank you so much. I just looked over. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Love having you guys here. Really means a lot to me. And please check out Tobin Explores. and Vids from Mike, VIDSFROMMIKE, and brother Tony Down Under. Tony Down Under, literally, in Australia down there. Literally under. Love having you guys. And Tobin is a pillar of this community. We're very, very grateful for Tobin. Tobin throws a lot of knowledge out there about Las Vegas and more. And Tobin and Tony are both big music people. Love bands and music and concerts and stuff like that. Which is good when you're down on Fremont Street, because that's what they do on Fremont Street. They have bands going, what, 365 down here? Because on Christmas Day, Alter Ego was down here performing, in addition to, I think, 2 others. I was stunned. I'm like, wow. They started at like 10 p.m., so I mean, Christmas Day was pretty much over by then, but still. I was stunned. 163 of you, thank you guys so much. Tobin is the mayor, yes. And Snake Pit, awesome, awesome mod. Shout out to all my mods. Tobin's an awesome mod. Love my mods, thank you so much. And of course my beautiful wife, Cinnamon and Jupiter. Please check her out. Oh, we got Metro over here. Pulled someone over. And I wanted to point out, real quick, there she is. She's turned now. She's turned facing north. They got her turning all over the place here. The Blue Angel Motel sign right there. She swivels from side to side, but I don't think she's been swiveling all that much lately. Created in 1957, outside the original Blue Angel Motel location. She now stands here at Fremont and Charleston Boulevard. Fremont Street, which becomes Boulder Highway out here, by the way. So it's all the same road. All right, AM PM here. Convenience store. Popo's got someone pulled over. And whoa, okay. Wasn't sure what he was gonna do. All right, we'll come back out here and make a left onto Fremont. Head back over. Fremont Street, and the Fremont Street Experience are at the end of Fremont Street up here. That car, I believe, has his high beams on. That's always nice. Raising Cane's. Looks like they got a few cars parked over there. Curly Bill, welcome in. And Amanda, I have been, Amanda in Canada, I've been looking around trying to figure out your theory about the traffic lights. Like right now, there's what, 1, 2, 3 lanes here, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 different traffic lights. I thought initially it was 1 for every lane, but no, it seems to be, they just pile them up. Put as many of them as they can at any given intersection. Missy me, welcome Missy. Thank you for being here. Corpus Christi. That's where you went. Okay, yeah, that is hot down there. Yeah, right next to the border. So now westbound again here on Fremont Street on this Saturday night at 6:37 Pacific time. You don't want to be speeding through here because there's a lot of pedestrian traffic for sure. Just crossing wherever they want. And of course, hit and runs are a major part of life here, unfortunately, in Las Vegas. There's a lot of vehicle pedestrian interactions here in Vegas. But we've seen, and in fact on some of the videos, not to justify anything because I'm not, but we've seen on some of the videos just here on this channel, people have just walked out right in front of the car. I'm like, oh my goodness. Back here to Bruce Street once more. 163 of you here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Really, really glad you guys are here. South Cove Apartments. Over here on the right. Come back up here to the light at 15th Street and yet another 7-Eleven. 162 7-Elevens here in the greater Las Vegas area, more than any other city. I don't remember that, no. Wow. Colorado, welcome, Josh. Thank you for being here. Outdoor Sky, welcome. Best mods on YouTube, right here. Holding it down for me. So the numbers get smaller here as we get closer to Main Street, which is the 0 Street here in Las Vegas, at least downtown Las Vegas. This is Maryland Parkway right here, a major north-south artery throughout town. Back to a pedestrian crosswalk. Oh, wow, outdoor. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay, let's do this. Because I neglected to do this the first time. Right here, on the right, you had Ferguson's, the former Ferguson's Motel. You have the Big Rig Jig right there, out front. Come on down and see the Big Rig Jig, but drive here if you want to come down and take a picture with it. Ferguson's is now really just a collection of boutique shops and restaurants, etc. But it used to be a fully functioning motel. The Big Rig Jig right out in front. So guys, what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put on the screensaver screen while I go park, so that way I don't have to start another stream, and you guys, hopefully you guys will stick around through that. It's not, you know, very entertaining, but I've seen other streamers who have like an interstitial video that they put up as a screensaver. I have to figure out how to do that. Container Park again over here on the left, and El Cortez now on the right. Yeah, finding a place to park is never an easy endeavor in this town, that's for sure. Nor is it cheap anymore. I mean, not that it was ever cheap, but I know some streamers come down here and they park far away. From Fremont Street experience, and it's wouldn't be my first choice, that's for sure. This is 6th Street right here. We'll make a right here on 6th. Will we? No, we'll go up to Las Vegas Boulevard. There we go. Okay, and so this is the restaurant nightclub district here in the Fremont East Side. And we've got Evil Pie over here on the right. In addition to this park on Fremont, becomes a Latino nightclub after a certain hour. In addition to the Griffin Cocktails, a taco bar over here on the left. And this guy is sitting way up there on that concrete base for the street lights. But that is the Fremont Street experience directly in front of us there. We have Oscar's Martini Glass, as it's known, because he enjoyed, Oscar Goodman, the former longtime beloved mayor of Las Vegas, enjoyed his martinis. So they have the Martini Glass out here as an homage to him, Oscar Goodman from back in the day. We have, yes, Sal is here. Welcome, Sal. Please check out Cali Drives and Cali Plains, both here on YouTube. C-A-L-I, like the state, and then planes, like the things that fly around in the air, and drives, like the things that you do when you drive a car. Cali Plains and Cali Drives here on YouTube. Awesome, awesome dude. We love Brother Sal. He is an awesome dude. So when I put it on the screensaver screen here, please don't leave. I mean, if you have to, then I understand, of course, but I hope you'll stick through it. And we will be walking Fremont Street and the Fremont Street experience here in just a moment. Look at this crowd. This is pretty good. Now, again, they have this whatever event down here at the event center that we saw a moment ago. But let's see if we can actually make this turn here. This is why I should have turned back at 6th, because they have this street taco truck that's permanently parked here, it appears. And they do a pretty good humming business there. Go up here to Ogden. Yeah, there's traffic. Wow. We got traffic coming in here. All right, guys, I'm going to put you on pause. Please talk to each other while I